conviction machine standing up to federal prosecutorial abuse. Available everywhere. We recommend it to you highly. Sidney, great to have you with us. Straightforwardly, did the government, and most specifically the FBI officials and Justice Department officials under the Obama administration, did they frame General Flynn?
Yes, sir, they did. There's no doubt about it. August 15, Strzok and Page texted each other about the insurance policy they discussed in McCabe's office. The very next day, they opened the, quote, investigation, end quote, on General Flynn. And the day after that, as we just learned from the IG report in December, they sent an agent into what was supposed to be a trusted presidential briefing solely because General Flynn was going to be there and they wanted to collect information on him, gauge his mannerisms, in the event they needed to interview him later, i.e., as in Trump was elected to the presidency and Flynn wound up in the White House.
It's stunning what we're learning more than 3 years now, distant from these events, these criminal acts and the subsequent cover-ups that persist to this very day, because you're just now receiving evidence and documents that some had told you didn't exist, and that apparently no one else believed existed either. Your thoughts?
No one but me, apparently. I've known the whole time they were hiding any number of things, and they had even produced summaries of documents they admitted were exculpatory to General Flynn, but only gave us 3 or 4 line summaries, and inexplicably Judge Sullivan would not order them to produce the whole documents. You can't rely on a summary by the government on any document whatsoever. It doesn't even meet the qualifications of exculpatory evidence because a summary isn't evidence. So they should have given us all those documents, and there are more notes and emails that are in our sealed filing last Friday. The government has advised now they're working with the FBI to make some redactions on those to protect the names of the guilty, and not their words but mine, and they should be ready to give us by tomorrow at the latest.
This is simply awful, because it raises into question, obviously, we know what the Justice Department and FBI leaderships were under President Obama, and those holdovers that President Trump had the misfortune to inherit. But we are talking now about a Justice Department led by William Barr, and there isn't a person I've talked with who, for a moment, thinks Barr should not have thrown this entire matter out. And brought some sense of decency to a Justice Department that has lacked it for a very long time.
Well, he appointed Mr. Jensen from Missouri to review the case file, I believe, in January, and it's just that nobody knew about it. And this is a result of him providing adult supervision to what are former members of the Mueller hit squad, i.e. Mr. Van Grack in particular, to correct these injustices and produce the actual evidence of what they did.
What's the next step? How in the world... What in the world is this judge doing? The judge himself has the power to end all of this nonsense. He's chosen not to, so I don't know what to make of Judge Sullivan. What is the next episode in federal court with him at the bench? Well,
the latest development today is that Covington, Flynn's former law firm, produced to us an additional 17,500 pages from the Flynn file that were not produced back last August when they certified that the entire file had been produced. So Judge Sullivan just issued a blistering minute order demanding that Covington go back and do another search of all of its Flynn files to make sure it has given us everything, and do another certification by Monday, May 4th. So that is in the works now, and he's ordered the government to respond to our motion to unseal by Monday, but they're in the process of doing that hopefully by tomorrow, and then they have to respond to our motion to dismiss by May 11th.
Surely this judge he's a federal judge. He's been on the bench for some time. Surely he understands that that General Michael Flynn, a patriot, a man who served his nation with distinction, is the victim here, And the perpetrators are apparently the his representation team that preceded you, the FBI, and the Justice Department. Why doesn't he just bring the hammer down on this mess and set the General Flynn free of this nonsense? This is an outrage, and it just goes on and on. It's as if whoever is not corrupt in the judicial system apparently is just stupid.
It is beyond an outrage, Lou. It is a travesty of justice. It's a blight on the face of our entire country. But I do believe the Department of Justice under Bill Barr is going to produce the evidence that we're entitled to. And then the only result, the only possible result, is for the entire matter to be dismissed.
Mm-hmm. You know, I sympathize and I applaud both your commiseration, your understanding. But frankly, I have to tell you, I have none of it. I'm so sick and tired of a judicial system, a Justice Department, and FBI that thinks nothing of taking up year after year of a man's life, and without cause, without so much as apparently any remorse or contrition. The hell with them, Sydney. That's all I've got to say. The hell with them. This is just not the way American justice was supposed to work. We're
You're
far
right.
from that idea.
It's been far too long a fight and far too difficult to get to the truth. But we will get to the truth, and it will set him free.
Well, a lot of people bear great guilt for not having already achieved that result. Sydney Powell,
They
thanks for all
certainly
you're
do.
doing for General Flynn and for justice. Sydney, thank you. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Up next, one of the world's top. Thank you, Sydney.